When you reach your goals early in life, everything else is just the extra stuff. Hello everybody, I'm John Paul Edmondson and this is The Extra Stuff, episode 2 coming at you live from my living room. Sitting here again with Molly. She's staring out the front door today. Charlie is also adjacent. He is sleeping in the window. That's pretty cool. Episode 2. What are we doing this week? Actually, this week I'm doing cheap plugs for a friend of mine because, he doesn't really have anything else that he can do, anywhere else he can go really right now until he gets kind of established. He's only done a few live appearances, in the States. He is from overseas. He's a foreigner, vaguely European from what I understand. Not sure really where he's from. From what I'm reading here, he was kicked out of Japan for drug use after fleeing Europe in the early 50s. And he goes to open mics, comedy mics in the States to dissect the crazies. And we're going to figure out what that means. But, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for my therapist, Dr. Oedipus Schaudenfroyd. Yay! Oh, thank you so much for that rousing introduction. Oh, I loved it so much. Thank you so much. What is your name? JP, how are you doing this evening? Are you doing all right? Dr. Oedipus, yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm doing just great. This is my first month of Mother's Day and birthday of my mother, with her being gone, so I'm taking that a little bit hard. Oh yeah, I understand. Yeah, I have as my name is being Oedipus. I had a very close relation with my mother as well. But so John, how is this dealing with you? How are you dealing with this? Are you sad? Are you lots of crying? Is that what you're doing? Yeah. And lots of the crying and the tears and everything. But Dr. Schaudenfroyd, I'm glad you came here. Thank you so much for coming. Oh, yeah, thanks for having me. I'm having such a good time here in America. I've been going to the open mics. You've allowed me to go to open mics in Raleigh and Fayetteville, North Carolina. And I've also, recently I was invited out to another mic at Crafty and also Raleigh, which was a fun time. And, we were just having a blast. I go out, I do a little bit of cocaine, I talk to some crowds, and I have a good time. It has been a blast. Yeah, Dr. Schaudenfroyd, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. So, can we get your backstory from your mouth? I had to read up, but do you mind reading it yourself? Oh, no problem. Let me tell you. So I am, as you said, I am vaguely European. I will not tell you where I am from because, it's classified information. We don't want to let people know. But, so we are, let's just say I got some in trouble for some science stuff that I did in the early 1900s. But, we are past that now. We are years past that. People can grow and they can change. That is everything. We are always there for that. You know what I mean? But, people grow, people change. You're right. So what'd you do after I have written down that you went to Japan? Is that true? I went to Japan for a little bit. I was the tallest person in Japan for about a good 30 years there, yeah. And let's see, I was living in Japan, and then, they were like, oh, you cannot do the drugs here, you cannot do cocaine, and I was like, but I am crippling addicted, and once they found out that I was doing cocaine, it got all over the internet and everything, so I, had to flee the country, so naturally, come to where the cocaine is good, here in America, yeah. Naturally, because I am vaguely European, that has given me the immunity to fentanyl, which is very wonderful, so I can do cocaine with impunity and not worry about dying from fentanyl. But I got into therapy because, obviously I had a close relation with my mother and a horrible relationship with my father. And my father, obviously, his name was, I don't want to get into it, but, he had a funny haircut and way of talking, and his mustache, just the cutest thing, but he was not a very nice man. I did not have a good relationship with him, and my mother, she fucked me up good, yeah? Yeah, that's what, that's a lot to take in, sir. So, who was your father again? Oh, don't worry about that. Don't need to. But let's go into what I've got prepared. So, like I said, I've got you said I've got a series coming out that I would hoping to be hosting on your YouTube channel, yeah, the John Paul E Comedy channel, yeah, probably, and we'll probably host it there. we don't know. But what's the channel going to be about? So this is my plan, my cool big plan. We are going to go, I'm going to find a bunch of comedians who are probably here in the North Carolina area to start with. And I will do interviews with them. And we can do a mock-up one here today with you if you would like, actually. I brought all of my questions. But I will give some free therapy sessions, basically. How does that sound? Does that sound fun? Well, I've... Not gonna lie. Oh, hey, Molly. What's going on? Hey, baby. Oh, Molly, she's such a good girl. Hello, Molly. How are you doing? Oh, yeah, she's a good girl. Here, let me have Molly. Hey, Molly. Say hi, Molly. Oh, say hi, Molly. Oh, get out of here, crazy. All right. Oh, this is such an old lady. Oh, but so what are these? What do you got going on with the show? So my plan, like I said, my plan is to interview these hack comedians. I mean, these great comedians, and just give them a free therapy session. Because you said what you were saying about your therapy. Oh, my therapy. I went to a therapist, and all they wanted to do was talk about my dad. So what do you got? What do you got, doctor? Oh, you don't want to talk about your father. Okay, so let me just go ahead and take off one of these questions. Don't worry. All right, so let's go ahead and start, shall we? You want to get started? Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, so what is your name? My name is John Paul Edmondson. All right, when were you born, John? John, may I call you John? May I call you John Paul? You're JP, Mr. Edmondson? What are you? JP's fine. I was born in 1989. Oh, 89, so that would put you you're turning 36 this year. Have you already turned 36, or are you turning 36, yeah. All right, and so that means that's your age. Now your race, and I'm not seeing your nose. Jordan? No, just Western Anglo-Saxon Protestant. I got the nose from, it's a family nose, okay, no worries here. I'm not my father. It's fine with me if you but okay, so let's go with the first questions. These are just good therapist questions that every therapist would probably ask somebody. So, who are your role models growing up? Let's see if we can find some humor in who your role models are. My role models, probably... Let's see. Robin Williams was a good one growing up. Was really into David Carradine too. Oh no, David Carradine, Robin Williams. So you are into choking yourself in masturbation. That just happens to be things that they had in common. Okay. So let me guess, you also probably like Chester Bennington, and you're probably like Chris Cornell. No, not big fans of those guys. All right, well, that's fine. But what would you think is the meaning of life? All right, so let's go on to that question. This is a good one. This is a big, broad thing. What is the meaning of life, Mr. John? Mr. JP, what is the meaning of your life? Well, like this podcast says, all I really wanted to do growing up was be a dad. So, like, I've kind of done that, like, and achieved that. And so, everything else is just, like, extra. So the meaning of life is just to be happy, with my kids and make sure they're happy. Bit of a shitty cop-out answer, if you ask me. All right, well, whatever. So, have you ever seen that great movie, The Monty Python Meaning of Life? It was a great film. To me, I think the meaning of life is just to be nice to each other, eat a lot of bratwurst, eat some, sauerkraut, obviously. You need to just make sure you're having a good time, and definitely stay away from gas chambers. Now, anyways, let's see. What do you think your greatest accomplishment so far is? Now, everything in life, everything you have done. Now, what's just some cool accomplishments that you think you have done? Now, let's see. I've been on a tour with a band. That was pretty cool. Nearly had a record label, was talking to a record label. That was pretty cool. But once again, same as the last question, greatest accomplishment is probably having my kids. Oh, Jesus Christ, how fucking lame are your answers? All right, well, what did you want to be as a child? Are you going to tell me, let me guess, you wanted to be a father? Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, that's just kind of what I wanted. But also, I wanted to be what everything is. Like, I wanted to be a rock star. I wanted to be a comedian. I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to be the center of attention. That's what I wanted. So you're a narcissist. This is what you're telling me, is that you just want people to look at you. You go, la 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 la, look at me. I'm going to do a silly voice. Ha! Oh. So, let me see. What's the most difficult thing you think you've gone through? Well, that's pretty heady because, like I said, I'm talking to my therapist because my mom passed away in November of last year, 2024, and it's been hard to deal with. I've been putting up a lot of barriers between myself and other people, and just been real sad, and not really doing great with it, but we're getting through it. So you just think that's the most difficult thing you've been through. You didn't have like pancreatic cancer or anything, so you think that was pretty bad. Okay, losing your mother. Yeah, for me, when I lost my mother, it was pretty hard, but losing my father was easy. Like, he just shot himself to death. But when I lost my mother, it was pretty horrible for me. Anyways, yes, I lost her. She was great, generous lover, so I lost her. I miss her so much. Whoa, what was that? Generous lover part, you said? Well, yeah, generous lover, my mother was. But anyways, let me see. How would others describe you? Can we go back to that other thing? The generous your mother be? No, we can't. Next thing, how do others describe you? Mr. John, Mr. JP, how would others describe you? People who watch me do comedy would describe me as a cokehead, which is fun. I don't do coke. I do marijuana. I'm just really high strung, so it comes off as coquettish. Cocaine. Oh, yes, you do cocaine. So you also do cocaine. I do cocaine as well, and I was just wondering, who is your hookup here? I don't actually do cocaine, doctor. I don't think you heard me, right? I just... Now, you said the cocaine that you do. How good is it? Now, all right. It's fine. We can just move on from that. But others describe me as, I don't know, likable, I guess. I don't know. All right, we're going to do a little Rorschach test here. Now, let me see. Now, what do you see on this Rorschach? Now, look at this one, please. A dog. Okay, now, how about this one? A cat? I don't know. Now, how about this one? How about this one here? You can look at this one. Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh, Sonic the Hedgehog, weird. Huh. Okay, okay. So you're clearly autistic if you say Sonic the Hedgehog in this. Like, people either see Mario, they see Sonic, and if you say Sonic, then you're definitely autistic. But now, what do you see in this one? That's a picture of Rorschach from The Watchmen. Correct! Oh, good. I thought I was crazy. You're right. When he's jumping in the window at the beginning of the comic, I love that book. Alan Moore's a genius. Anyways, so that's the next question, please, Mr. John. Mr. JP, would you want to know when and where you're going to die? Especially if someone could tell you, if it was going to be in, a few, let's say 10, 20 minutes or so, would you want to know that? Are you going to kill me? No, of course not. I would never kill you. I would even do that. Would you want to know that, sir? If somebody could tell you, if some, omniscient person was to be like, oh, hello, John, I know when you're going to die, exactly when, and who's going to do it. Oh, bless you, Molly. Oh, such a beautiful little girl with the sneezes. You're sneezing on Charlie. Would you want to know when you're going to die, John? Do I want to know when I'm going to die? Answers the question, TikTok. I don't think I do, because I'm already stressed enough as it is. I always probably feel like I'm going to die at any given moment. So, I don't think I need to know exactly when. I don't think it would release the stress to know exactly when it would happen. I'd just be constantly counting down to that. Because I'm always really bad about anticipating stuff. So, I don't think it would be super great. Okay, that's interesting. No. Now, let us see. Here's another question we have. Now, steal to feed your family. Would you say that's a bad thing, or is that a good thing? Do you feel bad? Would you say it is a bad thing if you had to steal to feed your family? You had no other option. Stealing to feed your family. Good thing, bad thing. What do you think? Well, as somebody who has stolen before, I don't think stealing to feed your family is bad. Because I don't think stealing is bad if you do it from the right people. I think stealing from somebody else who needs to feed their family is bad. But I don't think stealing from Walmart or anything is a bad idea. I think that's fine. Okay, so you're anti-capitalist, and I see you don't like the free market. Good to know you're a fucking communist. So let's see, what would you change about yourself? If you could change anything, what would you change about yourself? Well, okay, so first of all, not a communist, unaffiliated politically. What would I change about myself? I would have never started smoking. I think that if I could change anything, that would be the one thing I never would have done, just because I've got years and years of smoking. under my belt, and I'll never be able to get it done. Undo it. Oh, so you're sorry. So you're saying I should put the cigarette out? All right, sorry, my bad about that. So I will put the cigarettes away. Okay. So you wanted to give up smoking? Yeah. That's it. Oh, just nothing personal, you know. No, you don't want to change your gay gluten allergy, Marvin? No, I don't have a gluten allergy. Okay. We're just making sure. We're just making some silly conversation. So let's see. How are your thoughts on Noam Chomsky? Never mind, we don't have to worry about that. So let's see. If you had a chance to change the world, would you? Would I change the world? How? Like how? What do you mean? Like how? Like say like a great man, you know, like was like, oh, there's too many of these one type of people. Let's get rid of them. Like that's a way to change the world, for example. Let's get rid of some. What would you do? Would you have a chance if you would just, stamp your mark on history? Yeah, probably. I would just want to make people smile with silliness. Fucking gay. Wow, alright, so we are learning here that you miss your daddy and you are homosexuals. That is very good. Dude, your name is Oedipus Your name is Oedipus Schaudenfroyd. Like, shut up. No. So now you've got a problem with naming conventions. That's very fun. Alright. We're almost through these questions, Mr. John. Don't worry about it. Let's get through this, all right? Now, what would you say? Don't cough into the microphone, please. What would you say is your dream job? Your dream job, if you had to pick one, what would you say your dream job is? What do you want to be growing up? Dream job. All right. Wait, hold on. Let me look at my questions, because I feel like some of them are the same. Like, what did you want to be as a child, and what was your dream job? How is these not the same questions? I should not have looked this up on the hackytherapistquestions.com.google. So, yes, what is your dream job? Like I said already, dream job, being a dad. Second, rock star is probably what I really wanted to be growing up. Now, I'd say comedian is something I think it's fun to be able to have something that you can do and make money with. And, it's all it's a little bit of fun here and there. What a horrible interview. I'm really not picking up anything from you. So what's the best book you've read recently? Best book I've read recently. I would have to say finally getting to read Starship Troopers was pretty cool. It was a fun book. I've been playing a lot of Helldivers too, so Starship Troopers was pretty fun for that. Oh, so you are a fascist. Oh, okay. So we can get along with it. I'm not a fascist. I'm not a fascist. Okay. All right. Well, that's to be debated. We'll see. So what is let's see. What do you like to do to relax? Something you like to do to unwind a bit. You like to drink. You like to smoke. As you can see, I like to smoke quite a bit. I'm smoking. I do cocaine. I like to read the Necronomicon occasionally. It's fun. So what is something you like to do? Well, I like to smoke a little bit of weed and play some video games. That's that's probably what I do to relax. I don't really, I don't drink, I don't smoke cigarettes anymore, so that's about all I got anymore to relax. Comedy's not relaxing. It's stressful. Well, yeah, I could get that. It's probably a very stressful thing indeed to do. So let's see. Let's see. For me, for relaxing, I like to pull up a nice glass of Jägermeister. I have at least 4 or 5 cigarettes, and then I do 5 bump cocaine and 3 heroin, and then I have a great nap. It sounds destructive. So shut up. Don't judge me. You're a crybaby. Who do you think in your life knows you the most? Out of everybody who knows you, who do you think knows you the most? Probably my wife. Second would probably be my buddy Chris. And then third would probably be my brother. Okay. Who's your brother? Your friend Chris? He's a drummer of mine from my first band. He's my best friend for years and years. Don't really talk anymore because I just kind of fall off with people as life goes on. Like, object permanence for me is weird. I'm a horrible friend. Like, I'm a good acquaintance, not a good friend. Like, I'll be there to hang out sometimes. We can work together if you need to. But, yeah, I'm flaky and inconsistent. Yeah, we know.
That's why it took so long to get this episode out, because you were just bad at doing stuff. I was trying to get my interview series off the ground for you. So, this is something we could talk about. I've been trying to get my interview series off the ground for over a year now. You've been like, Dr. Schaudenfroyd. We will do it. We just need to find some people to sit down with, and we will do it. But no. You take your procrastination to a pro extent, yes. You are a pro at procrastinating, yes. You are not very good at, doing anything at a punctual manner, so we have not done anything. Not one single episode of Kicking It Real School with Dr. Schaudenfroyd has been recorded yet, and I think it is your problem. You need to get off your ass and just start doing it. You're going to start asking people to do it, yeah? You're going to? Where are we going to record it, do you think? Where do you think we're going to do that at, yeah? We do it somewhere. We might... shut up, dude. We might just put it on, just like do an audio only thing, like for the podcast, like we're doing now. Oh, so you don't want to have me on camera? Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's hard. All right. What else do you got to ask me, doctor? Like your therapist shit. Oh, sorry. Yeah, cough into the microphone. That's good. All right. So this is the last question, I guess I'll ask you, and I'm getting out of here because I'm just having too much time with you. I'm kind of done with you for the evening. You know what I mean? I'm done. I'm just kind of sick of all of this. So, is anything you could do? What is something you wish you could redo? Your whole life, what is something you wish you could redo? Probably this interview. It was not good. And once again, redo the smoking thing. I would never have picked that up because I think that was a bad idea for me to do. Well, you're horrible at this whole therapy thing. So, show me on the Roddy Piper doll where you would like to be touched. What? This Roddy Piper doll. I showed. Where'd you get that? Don't worry. I put it from my briefcase, It was going to be the Iron Sheik, but I lost my doll, so I am using Roddy Piper instead. So show me on the Scotsman where you attached. I was never, no, shut up, get out of here. All right, well, thank you, Mr. Edmondson, for your thing, and, yeah. It's the interview has been, I think this is over. All I can say is that you are messed up mentally. You probably should seek some actual professional help because I am just a joke character who you have made up. And, yeah, that is probably all you need to say for me. That is all we need to talk about. Goodbye. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's been Dr. Oedipus Schaudenfroyd. Yeah, get up for him. It was fun. So, yeah, I'm glad he came out for this. That was fun. Yeah, but hopefully we're going to try to get him a series. Just sit him down. I need to get up with my buddies and talk about getting them sat down with that guy. Because he's an interesting character. I like him. I like him a lot. No, he's not, he's just one of many characters I know who might show up on the podcast sometime. But we're gonna come into the end of the podcast. I'm just gonna end with a couple of silly bits that I thought of today. Actually, this is one I thought of today. This is one I just could not stop thinking about all night long. Literally, while I was sleeping, I was dreaming about writing this bit down when I woke up. I don't know why. It was weird. Or maybe I was just not sleeping very well, and it was something. But, so I've been playing a lot of Elder Scrolls lately, and in Oblivion, enchanting is a very annoying thing that you have to deal with. Like, it's like if you have items, and then if they have an enchantment on it, you have to recharge the enchantment. And it's like sometimes like the enchantments are like to recharge the enchantments, you have to fill these things called soul gems. And to fill the soul gems, you have to kill enemies and you trap their soul in the soul gem. And so to recharge your items and to make new items, you have to use soul gems to recharge these items. So that got me thinking, does that mean if you have sex with a suit of armor that's been infused with a soul, that's enchanted, is that necrophilia or is that sex with a machine? Because technically it's got a dead soul in there. Just makes me wonder. Anyways. Yeah. But, yeah, so here's another dumb one. Tried getting into drill bits. Found them boring. Yeah. But, yeah, no, so this is probably what we're going to do for today. I don't know if I've got any other characters. I've got another guy I probably want to bring on one episode. My old man, Papa Blue Chew. He's a fun guy. Let's see. Do we got any cool stories that happened recently?
Well, I did I was gonna say, like, so for my big things, like 3 things I hope to achieve with every episode of the podcast is a voice, a story, and a thought. I think I've worn thin on doing a voice. Kind of tried to tell a story with that. And then a thought. Let's see, what thoughts do I have in my little dumb brain? President Biden, former President Biden, has butt cancer. That's not funny, but when he was told about it, he was probably like, huh? Come on. Yeah, that was fun. Fun thing. That was today in the world news. Random nerd fact. Let's see. What's a nerd fact that I know? Alice in Wonderland is something that I have a poster of that I saw on the wall. No, I don't have any nerd facts. I'm not a fucking nerd. I'm into, crushing pussy and eating lollipops or something. I don't fucking know. Let's see. Let's do a movie segment, a movie quote in a fun voice. Let's see. So this is Meatwad quoting the the Boondock Saints prayer. That'll be funny. Yeah. Yeah, hold on. The Shepherd's Prayer from the Boondock Saints. So here we go. It's in the story. He goes, "And shepherds we shall be, for thee, my lord, for thee, for the descent of heart from thy hand, that our feet may serve carry out the command." That's not what we're doing. We're not doing that. We're doing, "And shepherds we shall be, for thee, my lord, for thee. Power hath descended forth from thy hand, that our feet may swiftly carry out thy command. So we shall flow a river forth unto thee, and teeming with souls shall it ever be. In nomine Patri, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti." Bang. And that's the part where they usually show somebody in the head. God, talk about a movie. Ugh. It's like, hey, man, are you a tryhard? You should listen to this here, whatchamacallit. What's it called? The Boondock Saints? I remember this, God. So many of me and my buddies in high school, we were just like, this is the coolest fucking movie. It was so cool. We're so edgy. Yeah, it was like the Edgelord's anthem. Not gonna lie. A bit of an edgelord myself when I was in the high school. But, it's fine. People grow. They change. They have a good time. But you guys, I think that's going to be all I've got for today of the extra stuff. I'd like to thank my guest, Dr. Oedipus Schaudenfroyd, once again for coming out. He was a blast to have on and interview, or have an interview with. Thank you for the therapy session. And that's going to be it. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning. Just got off work. I've got to do this episode every Monday. I record this every other Monday after work. So we're going to see. And we'll see you next time in episode 3 of The Extra Stuff. Take care. Bye-bye.